everyone, I thought we'd go back to something really simple today and do this really simple but really pretty dahlia flower. And when I say dahlia, it's ones where you sew instead of pinch them together and heat seal your ends. So like that's the difference between a dahlia or I think it's a Karen of something. I can never pronounce it. I don't even try. I'd embarrass myself even more. But like I said, it's just this super simple flower, and I learnt this many years ago from my friend Siobhan's group, which is Cheverella's hair bow and ribbon tutorials. I'll put a link in the description below of her page if you want to go and follow her, and she's got her own YouTube channel as well. And I'm just going to show you how to make these. I've added little extra green ones for my leaves on this one, but like I said, you can leave them super simple and just do a flower by themselves. And I haven't put backs on yet because I'm going to show you how to attach a clip and how to attach a bobble, because it's a slightly different process. And I was even made one in, this is in bias binding, little tiny yellow version. And all I've done, instead of heat sealing, I put some fray stop glue on the back once I'd sewed everything together to stop it from fraying that way. And that's just an alternative idea if you've got some bias around, because I've got some satin bias, so I'm going to play around with that today, see if I can make some more cute versions. And I'll leave you the measurements for the 1 inch, which is this, and that's normally 6 centimeters per petal. And the one we're making today is in 1.5 inch ribbon, and we'll be using 9 centimeters times 5. And the main thing about flowers is prep. So I have cut and sealed all 5 of my petals. They're all cut to my 9 centimeters. So we're gonna get on with everything. And I've got everything right next to me, my little half centers and my felt circles, and I'll explain all of that as we go along. So let's move these out of visual shot so you can't see. When we're making these petals, the key thing when you fold, and it's just a matter of turning it up like this, is that your 2 points here are even. The more even you get this when you do your fold over, the better overall shape your flower and your petals will have. So you want each one to look like this at the front and like this at the back. So that's your back with your, you should have that open petal. And this is your front. Okay. And we start from above, from the side that's open. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just going to even those out. That's better. I'm going to because that frayed a little bit there. So in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you get your 2 across and those out, and you should have 3 showing at the back. So that's your front, back, and you repeat that for all 5. And again, the same with getting your points nice. When you're doing your stitches, the more even each petal is, the better off you'll be overall. Your cinching will be easier, and everything will just look more balanced and prettier and more sort of circular as you're going along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you do have to end up reheat sealing because it frays a little bit as you're putting your stitches in, always do it when you've got your needle there. Never do it when you've got your thread, because you can heat your thread and snap it. We don't want to do that. Waste the whole point of doing your petals in the first place. Just keep moving them down your little line. So from there, forward to here, fold together and turn. 1, 2, 3, done too much there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We know it's 6. Like I said, I always tend to miss my first count. Yep. Add that one down. Like I said, fold to this shape. Fold back like this. Turn it over. Start your stitching. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep your stitches even. Heat seal while it's still threaded on the needle if you need to. Last one. So fold, make sure it's even, fold that back down so those two edges line up, turn it over, your 6 stitches from above, and we come in from above, out from above every time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, when we've cinched, just so I can show you on the needle because it's easier to see, when they're all cinched, each petal will look like this with those 3 creases, and that will help you get a really neat centre. So we've got all 5 petals on. Make sure they're all facing the right way up, and you can either do a circle stitch back through and go through, or you can do this method, which is pull your thread a little bit along, okay, and basically make sure you've not caught any of your petals there. We're essentially just tying off our centre. So there you go, got your knot in. You want to pull it as tight as possible because we want all of those petals to have cinched nicely, as you can see, like so. Get it as tight as you possibly can by pulling a bit more on the back. Hold that down and add another couple of knots when you're happy that's all secure, and always be using extra strength or upholstery thread when you're doing this. Cotton will snap when you do this and it just won't hold up or last. Okay, we'll do one more. I can cut that off, and then all you have to do is manipulate your flower until you've got your petals how you like. As you can see, got a very small middle, which is always good because it's easy to add a nice little half pearl, and this one is a 9mm half pearl, nice small one, which is what we want. And all we need is a dot of hot glue or super glue, whatever you prefer to hold your pearls to your bows or your flowers. I'm just going to use some Gorilla Glue, which is this one with the brush applicator, because if I try and do it with the lid I get everything everywhere and glue my fingers together, which is never a good thing. Place that on your centre. hold that down for a couple of, while we'll wait for that to completely set. You'll get the one, here's one I made earlier, and I'll show you the two different ways to edge back. So we'll do a bobble and we'll do a clip, and you'll need 2 felt circles for each one, and these ones I'm using are 1.5 inch circles, which is roughly 3 centimeters. And I get these pre-made. You can buy packs of about 1,000 for a few pound off eBay and places like that. So like they're not very expensive, and if you've got a big shot and things like that, you can cut them yourself if you've got certain dies as well. So like I said, just 2 circles, exactly the same size. And I always glue one directly to the back with my glue gun. Excuse me. So we do that. Like I said, it's a good job I have no feeling to the tips of my fingers anymore. So that one to the back of my flower, and then I take a second one and my clip. And what I do is I cut a small little cut like so, that you can thread your clip through, so you get this. If you want, you can do 2, it's entirely up to you, whichever ever you personally prefer. And then all we do is, like I said, centre that on your clip like so. Put the glue round a little bit on the top of the clip, a little bit on there like so, and then match that circle that you've got there against the one we've just placed on the back, and then press them together like so, and there you go, you've got one flower on a nice alligator clip. And then should you want to do a bobble version instead, you'll need 2 felt circles and a piece of 9mm, just a little bit bigger than your felt circles. I've done about, just check for you, about 5 centimeters, but you can do about 4. 5 just gives you a little bit more room when you're threading, and like I said, it just makes it a little bit easier. So same as before, we're going to glue this one to the back. Like so. And then we're going to take this one, and instead of the 1 cut, we're going to do 2 about the size of the 9mm in distance. Not very big, just about 1/4 of a centimetre each side. So you've got those 2 there. And then what we're going to do, and I have heat sealed these both sides, is you fold this in half like so, and thread that through one side. Okay, I'm going to add a teeny touch of glue here to hold our bobble in place in the middle of the 2 cuts, just there. Pop your bobble on, and then, like I said, fold this end in half. We want to thread that through the cut. other side. There we go. Pull that so it's nice and tight across your bubble. So you get this. And then I cut down the ribbon both sides so it doesn't go over the circle one side. Like I said, the length then was just purely to thread it through to make it easier for us. Heat seal again, and then we just want a dot of glue either side on there. And then press that against your felt circle. Same that side. Against your felt circle. And this is what we're going to attach to the bobble in the middle. And this is what the back looks like with your bobble attached. And then we just want some glue here, and we attach it dead to that circle we've just got against the flower already. Okay, just press that against that felt circle. And there we go. We've got a nice secure bobble version and a nice secure clip version there. And that's how you get them all nice and even. And as you can see, they're both the same, even though one's got the bobble and one's got the clip. They all sit nicely. All the petals are the same size on each one. And there you go. Thank you for watching. If you do need any more help or anything like that, the links for the page and the group are in the description below, along with the sizes for the 1.5 inch ribbon and the 1 inch ribbon. And like I said, thanks for watching. Bye.